Hi, darlings. I'm Fawal Samani, and you're listening to Cup of Perspective. If you're a new listener, this podcast is for those who are keen on improving themselves and where I share meaningful, unprofessional advice, as well as sharing my honest perspective on all aspects of life. As you know from the title, in this episode, I'll be discussing 10 types of people you should steer away from, as they have the ability to truly detriment your overall being if you aren't cautious nor aware of them. Okay, let's begin. 1. People who don't respect your boundaries. Now, as I've discussed in my first very episode, where I talked about setting boundaries, which I highly recommend you checking it out, setting boundaries with people, whether that's friends, siblings, family members, people in general, is extremely crucial. And if you're a person who doesn't have any boundaries with the people around you, you're basically saying that you don't care about yourself. And you're letting people do whatever they please to you. And this is so wrong. A person has to have boundaries so that they don't face disrespect and rudeness and basically things which are out of line and not acceptable. And when someone doesn't have any boundaries, nobody will have any sort of respect towards them whatsoever. True friends and the people that truly love and care about you and want the best for you will not get upset when you set boundaries with them. In fact, they'll get happy and respect you even more since you value yourself so highly. And your friendship or relationship will actually become stronger from this. However, those who get upset and take it personally and start being rude, disrespectful, lowering your values as a person, and diminishing your boundaries, as well as, switching the situation onto you, now you know that this person is not your true friend or the right person to be around. So be cautious and focus on how people act and react to you setting boundaries, and are they understanding or disrespectful and lower your value. 2. People who get embarrassed at everything. I already had my take on embarrassment, and I expressed how I actually don't feel embarrassed anymore. When you're with someone that'll fixate on every little detail they do and feel ashamed after everything they do, whether it's meaningless or not, stay away from these people. I'm not joking. These people are way too insecure with themselves that they'll create embarrassment, even if what they did was not at all embarrassing. But they'll make it their entire personality to the point where they'll be too scared to do anything that is out of their comfort zone. And that's a very low place to be. These people will never do anything out of their comfort zone, which, when doing something out of your comfort zone, we actually become more confident. Also, we open up to new opportunities and allow new opportunities to come into our lives, which in turn grows us as people. But no matter what it is, these people continue to stay small and weak because they're scared of doing something that could invite judgment to their life. But anything we do as humans, we will receive any sort of judgment from it, from whatever party. It's uncontrollable and inevitable. It's just how it is. So, when you're with these highly insecure people, you're actually diminishing yourself from opportunities and self-growth, as you're with a person who won't even go out of their comfort zone, which is what us humans need to do in order to grow. So you'll start to become like them. And the real question is life worth it to be worrying about every single little thing and not allowing ourselves to experience these natural, humane things which make us more experienced and wise people? 3. People who disrespect teachers. I'm sorry, but this is one of my biggest pet peeves I have. When I see a group of people disrespecting, being rude and impolite to teachers, are probably one of the worst people to exist. I cannot begin to describe the agitation and disgust I feel when I see students disrespecting their teachers. Teachers are one of the most important figures in our life. These people, first of all, educate us in a subject that they're particularly advanced in. Second, they help us in life and mostly act as mentors. Like, the amount of wisdom some teachers have and have given me is actually insane. Third, they inspire us as well as motivate us to do well in school or college or uni, whatever that may be. They also give us that extra push to achieve difficult but great things. Without teachers, we would be lost. So, when I see people proudly insulting and expressing discourtesy and disregarding teachers' feelings, it's just revolting. I will never befriend these types of people because they're most likely disrespectful to their own family or just simply not raised right and have zero decorum or etiquette. 4. People that gossip. Now, it's human nature to be curious. It is curious that you are destined for this one when its brother gave you that scar. I'm sorry, if you didn't know already, I'm a Harry Potter fan. It just had to come out. I had to get out of my system. I'll try to be normal again. Okay, let's continue. We've all had those times where we listen or are curious about things, but what we should do is, adapt the TikTok trend. We listen and we don't judge. But what I'm talking about is pure gossip, as in slandering people, talking badly about people, spreading rumours and lies about others, and those who are too involved in people's personal lives. The definition of a gossip is a person who habitually reveals personal or sensational facts about others. Like, I genuinely get the ick if I start hearing people gossiping about others, even if it's random people. It's just weird. Why would people care so much about others and others' lives, to the point where they become the main topic of the conversation? It's just giving insecure and bored, to be honest. How bad and depressing must your life be if you're constantly chatting rubbish about others? It just reeks desperation and external validation. 5. Jealous people. Now, jealous people never usually have your best intention in mind. They view you as a competition instead of inspiration. They tell you you can't do something out of pure insecurity and projection. They're constantly comparing themselves to you and the other way around. They don't want you to look your best and purposely make you look bad to make themselves look good and feel better about themselves. And it's sad, but majority of this emotion comes from women. I think it's sad that instead of uplifting women and, girlhood and all that, I'm seeing insecure females judge other females for simply being confident and beautiful. By the way, jealousy comes from lack. That person is jealous of a person that has what they don't have and wish they could have. But if we're speaking realistically, everyone has something that we don't have. Nobody's complete nor whole. Nobody's out here living a perfect life. There's always something going on, right? So, with that in mind, we should never compare ourselves to people, especially people on the internet. Yes, it may seem all pretty and fairy tale like, but we really never know what goes on behind the scenes. Sometimes people display this perfect life and perfect relationship, even if it's completely far from it, but they're trying to paint this image to their following. But most people don't show their dark side, their lazy side, their unmotivated side, because first, they don't really owe that to anyone. But also, they either want to portray an unrealistic image. But the person who is at fault is not the person who's displaying this perfect life, but actually the person that is triggered by it and comparing themselves to them. You don't know what that person is going through mentally and physically. Don't think or assume that those people don't experience struggles too. The difference is that they don't show it. But just because you don't see it doesn't make it untrue or not there. Also, you never know. And the thing is, that thing that you're longing so hard for maybe could be bad for you. So never compare. Turn your jealousy into inspiration and motivation to achieve what it is you want to achieve in life. Also, if you're not the jealous type by nature and you're questioning, why am I jealous? Like, I don't get jealous, like I don't want to be jealous or whatever. Nor are you someone that is like any of the things I listed previously, but you feel bad from watching someone's account, influencer or not. Unfollow them and ask yourself where this emotion is truly coming from, and allow yourself to sort it out and reflect on your triggers. Also, I just want to quickly add, if you're listening to this on YouTube and you want subtitles, you can either click on the video setting and click on subtitles, or if you want to follow along with the words, click on the description box down below and you'll see there's this area where it says transcript, and then underneath it says follow along using the transcript, and then there's a little tab where it says show transcript. Click on that and there it will show you the layout of my words. So if you want to follow along with my words, as I will not be putting on captions of any sort, just a background, click on that and it will show you everything that I've said in word form. Okay, we have reached the end of this episode. I know I said 10, but I don't want to make this episode too long, so I'm just going to list these 5 for today, and I'll discuss the 5 more in the future. Thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate it. Comments will be open, and I'll be looking forward to your reviews, notes, or questions, or maybe recommendations for my new episode. New episodes come out on every Thursday. Check out my Instagram and TikTok as well as YouTube, which are all linked in my YouTube bio, which I'll be posting episodes on as well. I love and appreciate you all. See you next week. Bye!